Hello Ringette players, Coach Don here with another video and today we're going to look at the goalie ring return. It's something that my team was having some trouble with, and once I started to take a closer look during practice, I realized that it's something that I really took for granted, and I didn't really know where proper positioning was, and so I started to do some research, and I realized that the goalie ring is much more complex than I had imagined from the start. So I decided to do this video, goalie ring return from whistle. So there's two kinds of goalie rings. There's a goalie ring that happens on the fly and the goalie ring that happens on the whistle. And I decided to do this one because it allows us to look at positioning a bit better, so we can set up, see the setup properly. So we're going to look at a game from the World Ringette Championships in 2016. It is the Finland, Team Canada, Team Finland under 20, under 21 game. Two fantastic teams, and I really recommend that you watch this whole game because it's really instructive on many different levels. Canada, the Canadian team was really a great team and very a lot to learn from them. But we're going to look at Finland today because the Finns tend to be really structured, and it's really clear what their base ringette goalie ring play is. So let's just watch this. I'm going to let it roll. So we give the ring to the goalie, and whistle blows. Considers one option, considers another, and gives it to the third option. Okay, look at that in slow motion, and then we'll go ahead and look at some diagrams. So here we go. No, in next position, and right here. Okay. So let's look at, first of all, let's look at all the players' positions. So D1 is on the right side of the goalie, and she tends to be a little bit further from the goalie than position that D2 takes. So here's D1 over here. In the video she's actually a bit closer, but in other face-offs that I looked on the video, she was actually right out here. D2 comes quite close to the goalie, and the center is actually outside, and outside of the free play line. What are their paths? D1 comes straight across the in front of the goalie. D2 goes back around the net, and the center basically takes the same path as D1. And you're going to say, well, there's going to be a collision there. Well, no, because their timing is in such a way that D1 passes before the center comes there. All right, so here we have D1. Whistle goes. Her job is to get across here as fast as possible. And where's her target area? Right here. So this is the first option for the goalie. If that doesn't work, then what happens next is D2. Okay, so D2 skates behind the net, and her target area is here. Now I'll tell you something, and this I've been working on with my team, is that if you're finding that by the time you're getting to where your target area is that if the player is still on you, then what you want to do is do a little deke this way and then to fool them and go that way. So the same thing that D1 could do, she could do a fake this way and then come across here to get rid of your player. And the center's path is straight toward the goalie and then out towards the goalie's left, towards the circle, and her target area is very similar to the D2 target area. Okay, so here's all the targets. There's target 1, target 2, target 3. So then, what does the goalie do? Well, let's break this down. So here the goalie is. You'll see that she's always on her left post. She looks for the first option. So this would be this blue arrow here. First option for player 1. Not there. Okay, so then she rotates to the right and looks for the second option. Second option's not there. She rotates to the right again and looks for the third option. Okay, let's look at this in the actual video footage of the team. So the first thing I want you to look at in this setup is the setup here. So the whistle comes. I'm going to just back it up to this one here. So there, this is the first thing. The whistle comes, and then everyone is going to set up. So who gives the ring to the goalie? Is it the center? No. If the center was close, she wouldn't give the ring to the goalie. If D1 was close, would she give it to the goalie? No. What they do is they give it to player number 2, D2. So D2 will always give the ring to the goalie. Why did we do that? Because she's closest to the goalie in her position, and it allows the other players to set up in their positions. So let's look at D1 first. So D1 comes, and there where she would be getting it if the goalie decided to give it to her. Okay, let's look at D2 now. So D2 has to get rid of her player. She gives a big jump there, goes straight across, comes around the other side, and now this is her target area right here, but the goalie didn't decide to give it to her. Now let's look at center. All right, the center breaks in, comes straight to the goalie, and then moves across to receive the ring. All right, now let's watch the goalie. All right, so look, hang on, so she gets the ring, puts it in her glove. First thing she does, you'll watch, she taps her post. Okay, that's her ritual. And first option, nope. Rotate. Second option, nope. Rotate. Third option. Now that's pretty clear, isn't it? I'm going to look at another goalie ring that they did. So this is a little further on in the game. So the ring, look, the goalie ring gets called. So look at how look where the players go. All right. The ring comes down, and so now we have everyone is set up. Center, look where she moves. She moves just outside there. D1 moves to her position. D2 gets a ring there, picks it up. She's the one that gives it to the goalie. The goalie gets her ring, taps her post. Whoops, sorry. Taps her post. And then she decides this time that she's going to give it directly to the center. Of course, they don't do it the same every time. And like I've been saying to my team, that when we learn these things, it's not just to do it like that every time, but it's a point of departure. It's a structure that it gives us. So there you have it. That's the my new revelation on the goalie ring, and leave it to two of the greatest teams to show us how it's done. So thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is Coach Don.